What's going on, y'all? Buttery Workshop back with another episode, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 pairs of sneakers from my sneaker collection. Now, I chose these 5 sneakers not because they're the biggest flex or they're the most expensive pair of sneakers in my collection, but I chose these sneakers because they're a bit unique, a little rare, and I don't think many people have these sneakers in their collection. So with no further ado, let's get started. Now, we're gonna start off with this pair because I actually referenced them on one of my previous videos. And that is going to be the Gummy Bears. Now, this is my first and only Nike ID. And I actually made these back in 2013. And there were so many wild options available online. I haven't been on Nike ID in years, but prior to actually making these and ordering them, I had spent countless hours in school, whether I was in high school or even in college, just on my computer putting together different color combinations, but I never felt passionately about a pair enough to actually purchase them. And to be honest, I probably didn't have the money to purchase them at that time either. So I remember buying these, I believe they were around $180, and I was so happy with how they came out. I actually posted the mock-up of this design on my Instagram, and I strategically waited until all of these options were no longer available so that people wouldn't see it and be like, oh yeah, word, I'm gonna order that exact same pair. And generally speaking, I really like Air Force Ones that have like a solid color on the upper, contrasted with another color on either the lining or the midsole and sole. So I initially decided on this upper, and I remember it just reminded me of a bear. And I don't know what kind of bear, just like a golden bear, like not a bear, but like that type of bear. And it just reminded me of a golden brown bear, if that makes any sense. So I was looking at what the options were for the midsole and the lining, and I ended up dubbing these the Gummy Bears. And I'm still blown away with how they came out. We have this little gold, I forget what this even is called, a Dubray, is that what it is? I believe this is called a Dubray. Just really happy with how these came out. Nike ID on the insole. And I think it's safe to say that nobody in the world has these other than me, because they are my Nike IDs. It's possible other people made similar designs, but I'd like to think that this is the one and only pair and that they're mine. And it's also worth pointing out that this is, I believe, a horsehair upper. And I feel kind of bad because we have a horse now. And I'd like to think that this horse lived a nice, long, healthy life. And then when they passed from natural causes, their hide was sent to the Nike factories, and that's how they manufactured these. I hope that's the case. If not, RIP to the homie. We're not consuming any more horsehair products, but really happy with how these came out. Now, since we started off with an Air Force One, I think it's only right that we continue down that path. It's gonna bring us to this Nike Lunar Force Quick Strike London edition. Now, this is a sneaker I believe that also came out in either 2013, 2014, and I loved it. It was love at first sight, honestly. I can't think of many other Air Forces that have this sort of all over plaid print. And you have this double swoosh here with the metallic silver underneath it. A nice rich green suede, peanut butter guts on the lining, and this translucent green outsole. And this Lunar Force sole, it came around for a little bit, and it's just super comfortable. Like, I would say these are definitely more comfortable than a traditional Air Force One. And I really like how they incorporated these coordinates on the inside. Funnily enough, I've never looked up these coordinates. So I have no idea where they actually lead to. I'd like to imagine that they go to Buckingham Palace or something. Maybe they just go to a Nike headquarter or a Nike location in London. But really love this sneaker. It's actually become my official, unofficial holiday sneaker. So I wear this whenever Christmas time rolls around, wear them to the office or just hanging out with friends. And it's just a really dope shoe overall. I've never wore these with like this sort of plaid pant, which is sort of, I believe, like an homage to punk rock culture and style. But I could imagine somebody getting that fit off in the year 2023. I could see that. That's a thing. That's a distinct look that I think would maybe run it up on IG, but it's just not for me. I tend to wear something pretty chill. I'm just wearing an off-white long sleeve shirt, these olive workwear pants, and I feel like I could throw these on right now and I would be Gucci. Like that would be a nice solid look for me. But definitely one of my favorite sneakers in my collection. You could definitely find some folks on YouTube that also have these, but I don't see these very often. I've actually never seen them. I've never been somewhere and I've been like, oh, dope, I have those too. Never seen them, so a little bit rare in my mind. Now, because we started with Nike, let's jump over to Adidas. Boom. So, for this next pair, these are the Adidas CG Contour 3s, or Craig Green Contour 3s. And this is a very clearly soccer-inspired design with a very unique metallic upper with all of this stitching detail throughout. Love this little flip over tongue, this extended tongue. Generally speaking, I'm a pretty big fan of all soccer inspired sneakers, whether it's Adidas or Nike, and this is no exception. It almost looks like a indoor soccer or turf cleat, and they definitely make a really weird noise when you wear them on certain surfaces. It's like, but definitely a very unique sneaker. Love this color. The suede is very nice, and these definitely will grab some attention when you're wearing them. So definitely wear these with a very, very chill outfit. And again, this is probably the newest sneaker that I'm going to show you guys, but don't see these very often. I've never seen anybody wearing them, and I think this is a sneaker that fans of Craig Green would probably purchase in with their other collaboration pieces or with their mainline pieces. But I don't see many sneakerheads or sneaker lovers really delving into this style of sneaker. So definitely a unique one, and one that just stands out in my collection. Now we have a very unconventional sneaker from a brand that was around forever ago, but sort of has faded out of everybody's hearts maybe. So now we're gonna go completely left field with it, pun intended, with the PF Flyer Sandlot edition. Now this is my first and only pair of PF Flyers, and they were featured in the iconic Sandlot movie, where Benny the Jet put on a brand new pair of PF Flyers, and he made the proclamation that PF Flyers were guaranteed to make a kid run faster. And as a kid that loved baseball, was playing baseball, and loved the Sandlot movie, I had to buy these. And I believe it was the 20th anniversary of the movie coming out. Since then, they have re-released these on the 25th anniversary and the 30th anniversary. But this is just one that I had to purchase, even if it's just sort of a novelty sneaker to have in my collection. I typically wouldn't wear an all black sneaker like this, but it tugged on my heartstrings. The nostalgia aspect of the sneaker is just something I had to participate in. And even on the inside here, on the insole, it says, I have to read it because I can't see right now, but it says, guaranteed to make a kid run faster. And dang, I can't even see what that says. But the main part is guaranteed to make a kid run faster. I like how they incorporated the gravel from the Sandlot into this insole design. So just a really cool sneaker that I never see other sneaker collectors have or wear. Again, I'm not the only one with these, and they don't have the highest resale value. It's not a hyped up sneaker, but to me, this was a must have. It was a no-brainer. I had to get it. Now, before we get into the final pair, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell. I have new videos dropping every single week, and I might ramp up that volume, so you don't want to miss anything. Trust me, you don't want to miss anything. But the last pair of sneakers in the original bag that I got them in at opening ceremony back in 2013. Something weird. This is almost like a 10-year anniversary for a lot of these sneakers. We have the Star Wars and Vans half cab. Now, the half cab is personally probably my favorite skate sneaker of all time. So that was a no-brainer. But when they did this collaboration with Star Wars, and it's funny, I literally just mentioned how I typically wouldn't wear an all black sneaker like the PF Flyer, and I haven't worn these yet, but I had to have these. This is actually one of the only pairs of sneakers in my collection that really is just a collector's piece. I love how they incorporated Darth Vader into the classic half cab logo. Yeah, this detail on the back, may the force be with you. You also see that same incorporation of Darth Vader into the half cab logo here. And just look at all of this detail here that's sort of reminiscent of Darth Vader's whole ensemble. I also love how they incorporated his lightsaber into this little shoestring end piece. I know there's a specific name for this, but I'm blanking on it right now. I'm not sure if the camera's focusing on it, but they incorporated his lightsaber into this, this shoelace tip. Also have nice premium wax laces here. But the cool thing about this sneaker is there were only 300 pairs ever released. So even to this day, it's kind of difficult to find these on the secondary market, especially in the world of sneakers. 300 pairs is pretty low. You see other quick strikes or limited releases with thousands and tens of thousands of pairs, and there's still some scarcity. So to have this sneaker, one of 300, you never see it. So this is definitely one of the rarest sneakers in my collection, but it's not super hyped up. Nobody's gonna be like, oh my God, you have those, unless you know. So definitely one that I'm happy to have in my personal collection. And that is it. I do have a ton of other sneakers in my collection, but I didn't want to make a typical sneaker collection video where I showed every single pair of sneakers in my collection, or I only highlighted super hyped up and rare things. There are plenty of those videos around. Once you've seen them, you've seen them all. But these were 5 pairs of sneakers that you either haven't seen or you haven't seen for a while, and that you likely won't see in other people's collections on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed. Drop a comment down below and share some unique and rare sneakers from your collection that aren't necessarily super hyped up, but are special to you and that you love having in your collection. Definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys have and chopping it up with y'all there. But definitely subscribe and stay tuned to have more videos on the way. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna do a big giveaway. So that's it. See y'all in the next episode. I'm out. Peace.